it's a tool, but even more so than the music, it's just the heart of the individuals.
Gotcha.
Right. So, the music, it belongs to the Lord. Creativity belongs to the Lord. All these things can be redeemed. Like they're really speaking from a place that they're at right now.
Yeah,
I understand it. Like
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. Make sure you go to trackstarz.com for all the latest. If you haven't been there in a while, man, check it out. We got some awesome articles up. We got an awesome writing team. So check out what they've been talking about. Ryan couldn't be here. We are both still not feeling well from the last weeks of travel we've been doing. We went to Flavor Fest, then we went to California. So
jet lag?
We are still getting over that. So I got sick this week, and I'm still trying to get back. But pray for Ryan. He should be back next week. Make sure you go to Trackstarz on Twitter, at Trackstarz on Facebook, at The Field Trackstarz on YouTube. New videos coming soon. We're still working on that. Pray for our technical difficulties, but we're trying to get back full steam on YouTube. And yeah, man, download the app, man. Download the app. I know some people with Androids are having problems with the app. We're working on it. I'm in communication with the developers. So thank you for everybody. Let me know what's going on, because it helps me tell them what is going on. All right. And I think that's it, man. Go to iTunes, leave us a review and a comment, actually comment, and subscribe. Subscribing on iTunes really helps. So do that. All right.
Yo, that's funny. I was thinking like October really took out the Trackstar.
It knocked us out, man.
Yeah.
Because I was out the third.
Think about this. What we did that outdoor thing under the tent.
Yeah.
We missed that week.
Yep.
Then something else happened. Like, it's been like 4 solid weeks where we really haven't been here.
Well, I know the third I was out. Y'all did the thing. And then the following week, we was at Flavor Fest.
Yeah.
We did it live from Flavor Fest. And then that week, you guys
went to California.
Yeah, man. So we're just now getting back, man. It's hard. It's hard. But, all right, we should be here for a little while. So we're good. We're good. Ryan should be back, and we'll be full steam.
But book us.
So shout out to our sponsor, True Strength Apparel, TrueStrengthApparel.com. Got the shirt on.
Stay strong.
Yeah, stay strong.
With a nice scripture on the back.
Yeah, man. It's awesome scripture, man.
And shout out to Aaron for sponsoring the shirts we took down to Flavor Fest. So that was awesome as well, man. If you want to become a sponsor, hit us up. We have sponsors if you have like products or things like that. We have a sponsorship for you. If you want to be a part of the Elite Artist membership, which you get a lot of benefits for being a part of that, you can join that as well. So we're trying to come up with things that help artists. That's all we're trying to figure out is how can we best create things that you could benefit from the stations we're on and the stuff that we have so far. So, all right. So we got Brother 3 in the building. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, sir.
Good, man. So made the freshman list on Rapzilla, man. How was that?
Surprising,
really?
Yeah. No. I grateful, man, but it was surprising. I didn't expect it.
That's awesome.
The way David Daniels did it, he reached out to me and was like, yo, answer these questions. And I didn't know what it was because he hit me up periodically for different stories or whatever. And so I answered the questions, and then like 20 minutes later, it went live.
Wow.
He was like, this is what I wanted it for.
That's
and
awesome.
I was like, yo, that's dope. Because it was a goal.
Yeah.
It was a goal of mine to do it that year. So
that's awesome, man. Yeah, we got a chance to talk to David and just see how he thinks and all that. So we'll put that video out soon. But really good dude, man. He's a good journalist.
Yeah,
so the way he did that was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell them if they don't know your story, how'd you get here?
Man, just grinding. So you want the story of the music or the life transition to Christ? All of it.
Yep.
So, man, so I'll say my story started here, right, in Atlanta, second home. And at this time, I'm kind of dating a girl. We're living together. I come across this scripture, 1 Corinthians 13. I'm like, yo, I'm floored by this definition of love. And so I write it down. I'm excited about it. I don't really understand it, but I'm just seeing like, yo, hold no records of wrong. It endures. It's, doesn't boast. And so I'm seeing all this. I write it down. I give it to the girl. She's like, oh my God, you're going to love me like this? And I'm like, no, not at all. Like I've never,
you missed the purpose.
We've never experienced love. You know what I'm saying? Like not not like this. And so I'm going back to Chicago, right? So I left.
No, I'm not gonna love you like that.
That messed her up. That jacked her up.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. So I can't even remember her face. I don't even think I looked at her when I said no.
Golly, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I knew we wasn't. I knew I wasn't finna love her like that. But I only identify love with women though.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, wow.
And so I
Okay.
told the Lord, and I said, I don't know what it means to give you a life. I don't know what that looks like. And I've been in church back and forth, mother
Yeah.
dragging me to church, never heard the gospel, anything like that. But paid attention if it was given. So I said, the next woman you allow me to find interest in, this is the way I want to love her. Right? And so I ended up meeting my wife. That was the next woman that,
wow.
and
Awesome.
she was saved, had a relationship with the Lord, standards. It wasn't as easy. It was a chase, but it was like, yo, your chase has to be for the Lord, not just for me. And so I ended up in Bible class after Bible class after Bible class, and one Sunday service, man, I just gave my life to the Lord. Right? And so committed to the Lord, and from then I dropped the gift. I always was gifted doing music, but I'm like, yo, I don't know if this offends the Lord or if I can do it. And as I grew, like, yo, the gift and the callings come without repentance, meaning that irrevocable. I never take this due, so in doing that, I went to my leaders and they kind of blessed it. But for a year, I just sat and was discipled and, just poured into. And so that's kind of even, reading about Lil Wayne is like, that would be dope. I wouldn't want to see him come straight here to music.
Yeah.
I would want to see him sit down.
Definitely
You know what I'm
need that.
saying? Get his life right with
For
the
like
Lord.
3 years or
3
something.
years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Maybe 4.
maybe 5. So yeah, so I sat down for a minute and was ready to like not even pick it back up. And as I'm sharing this idea with people, they're like, yo, you're crazy. Like, you're dope. He gave you this gift. You gotta use it for the Lord. And so that encouraged me to do it. And I wrote a whole mixtape and didn't put it out. Then I did another mixtape called Led by the Spirit. And I had no connections. I just had physical copies, and I was going around Chicago doing events, passing out the music. And then I started in 2014. I started putting out a record every month, just putting out a record, and just because I sent my first record to Rapzilla and they picked it up.
That's
Everybody hitting my jack like, yo, how did you do it? This and this. I'm like, did I make it? Like, what's going on? I really didn't know too much about Rapzilla or anything. I saw that they were moving, putting out what it was I was doing. So I'm like, yo, let me submit. You know what I'm saying? But they put it up, they supported it, and I would send them records and they would just keep supporting it. So I was like, yo, all right, maybe something's, coming up.
Yeah.
And then Jim Stones, I ended up meeting him, and I say maybe for 2 years we was just building, never did music, just building. We was living around the same area at the time. So he was telling me like, 3, whenever you ready, let's do that record. And we was at Legacy, and David came up to Stones and was like, yo, you ready? I'm trying to get this interview from you. And Stones was like, yo, wait, I gotta introduce you to Brother 3. He's next, right? And so David, Rapzilla, they love getting them fresh stories.
Yeah.
So Dave was like, yo, can I speak with you? I love to get a story. And so he wrote the story up. It was just all doings of the Lord. Like, people would say like, yo, Jim Stones was really influential in this, but it was just the providence of the Lord. It was what he had planned for what he wanted to do with what he was doing with me. And so, man, just kept grinding, put out 2 records, and 2 EPs within a 1 year period. And I think Rapzilla just took notice, man, and I ended up on that list.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, another funny thing is, one, shout out to Jim Stones, because he didn't have to do that.
He didn't have to,
Nah.
man.
And we don't see people do that often.
Shout out to Stones. They call me Stones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And then another thing, man,
I love Jim Stones, man.
you got a record with Peace. How you get a record with Mouthpiece?
Oh man, so last year Flavor Fest. This is crazy, right? I think I was with TSO, and we're walking, and with everybody just introducing themselves, but not by name. We're just talking like, "What's up?" And so at the time it's Mouthpiece and D Black, and me and D Black just talking, and they like, "Yo, what's your name?" And I'm like, "Brother 3." And so Mouthpiece, I've never seen him. Someone literally just put me on him.
Yeah.
And so I was listening to all his records like, this dude's a monster,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so he's telling me like, yo, you're dope. I listen to your music. Like, you're dope. And so I was so humble and floored that I really couldn't speak no more. I was like, but then I'm talking. I'm like, what's your name? He like, Mouthpiece. I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm putting down the pen. I don't even need to write no more. Mouthpiece said I'm dope. He listened to my music.
That's the rap.
You know, I'm good. I don't need a deal. I don't need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And so we just
it.
built. And he was like, yo, I think him and Black on the way home was just. They said it was conversating about me and was like, yo, 3's a humble dude. He's a real dude. You know, let's keep in touch with him. So we exchanged numbers.
That's good.
Kept building. And that song, I reached out to him, man. Heard him on it. He laced it. Hopefully he didn't kill me. Don't tell me now. Just talk about it on another. You know what I'm saying?
Kill me on my joint.
He did.
Sure did.
Shout out the Mouthpiece, man. It's the homie.
So I think another thing too, man. Just we was talking about the whole piece of Chicago and stuff, and you know, we got people up there, Jay Quest and other folks like that that we talk to about it. Man, just let people know your heart for Chicago.
Man, my heart for Chicago, bro, is like honestly, maybe 2 years ago, just wasn't the best years for me, right? So I was even thinking about leaving Chicago, and I start there because my heart for the city wouldn't let me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, no matter what I'm going through, it's so much need here. Like the Lord pulled me out of the streets, like gang banging, selling drugs, went to jail, I experienced it all. Like I speak their language. I just had a heart fix. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, man, there's so much that the Lord can do with me in this city. And so, man, my heart is just that. I won't leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm there, active, just want to see change. And hopefully just obeying the Lord and doing that.
It's the best city in the world, man. Chicago?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's so much there. And the culture there, it's like when you go there, you feel like you're in Chicago. Like it feels like a place, you know? So what do you think are some of the solutions? What's going to help with the violence? Because, you know, the political season has come back that, oh, well, police brutality, yeah, but what about Chicago?
Yeah.
So how are we...
That sucks.
Yeah, first of all, do you believe there is a correlation? And secondly, what is going to help fix that?
Do I believe it's a correlation of the two? No. You know, no. Man,
real.
yeah, Chicago it's been happening, and what's going on is like, I think it's not a distraction or a derailing of saying like, yo, this is going on, but look at this, or yo, Black Lives Matter, but what about the black on black crimes? Like, yo, you're taking the focus off what we're actually talking about here, what we're dealing with. We want justice for what we're seeing, this injustice that's going on, this racial injustice, this, you know what I'm saying? So totally two different things. I think the solution is togetherness, you know what I'm saying, hope, prayer, and actually putting our feet to the pavement and going out there loving on people. And so the company I work with, non-for-profit organization called Familyhood Ministries, is to focus in on the families. We believe that it stems from broken homes. It stems from fathers not being around. It stems from just mothers, single parent households. Like the family is no longer stationed the way God created it and designed it to be. Husband, wife, be fruitful. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of homes with no fathers, and not to say that these families can't thrive without a father in it, but even just no guidance, or the children not being plugged into the community, not feeling valued, not being, directed in certain things that can make them productive rather than less productive, and they end up in the streets selling drugs, killing each other. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's for men to be present and for people to just really love on the communities.
How much does the entertainment business play into it? How much does the images these young men see on the screen influence their behavior in their local communities?
It has its place of influence, right? But I think it's more than just the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? The liquor stores plays a part. You know what I'm saying? The empty, vacant buildings play a part.
Yeah.
All these things that's in the community plays a part. And at times, I think it's what the children are most focused on. I think music is a big part, because this is going in their ear gate constantly, like continuously putting this junk in their ears, and they're perpetuating, or they're responding to it with anger, or they playing a certain song to go zoot up and do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I think it does play a part. What they see, it's hard to become what you don't see.
Yeah.
Right. So they're becoming the imagery they're seeing.
Absolutely.
Right. So they're seeing these images of the Chirac movie. Right. They and they're glorifying in this, like, yo, that is us. Yeah, we had more bodies than Iraq in that year, so we adopted that name, and now we're Chirac. Dope.
Yeah.
Like, nah, not at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's why I even jumped on that Chirac remix and murdered it. Rest in peace, Chirac. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't rocking with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to welcome Chicago back.
What about the like the drill music? Like, is that one of the, like, people always? I mean, I saw a documentary on Chicago, and a lot of the artists that it were pushing was doing drill music.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, is this something that's hurting the community, or is it helping? I ain't gonna say helping, but just like making kids get out of the community. Like that's the question I'm asking. Is it quote unquote helping people leave? Like a Chief Keef, using him as an example. Like him, the music helped him get out of that situation, but he's still creating the music that
glorifies the situation. I would say, man, it's a tool, but even more so than the music, it's just the heart of the individuals.
Gotcha.
Right? So the music, it belongs to the Lord. Creativity belongs to the Lord. All these things can be redeemed. Like, they're really speaking from a place that they're at right now.
Yeah.
I understand it. Like, I did it. I can't judge them. I go right in Inglewood in the middle of the block and spit with people. You know what I'm saying? But it's the content is so different.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so confident in what I'm talking about that people gather around and they're like, yo, and it just create that dialogue. And I'm encouraging people like, yo, that gift you got, yo, like, you know where that came from? And it's not automatically like, yo, Jesus, but I'm meeting them where they're at. So I think it's a great influence, but it's, primarily the heart. Yeah.
So you guys have a big program, right? Well, you have a program that you're doing right now.
Yeah.
And so that program is, you kind of been doing it for a while. You say you've been in it for a while. There's a curriculum that you were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell the people about the curriculum? I believe there's other people who want to do the same thing, right? So if you can tell them about it, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so the curriculum is called Raising Highly Capable Kids. This is a 13-week curriculum that focuses in on the parents. Like, we've done a lot of mentoring. I know a lot of brothers from Kareem Manuel, Decipher, and Hector Witness, and a lot of people just with, like, artists that's doing great things in Chicago. I know Kareem's out here now, right? But they this particular curriculum, like, we done a lot with the youth. And it's like they would go home to their most dominant influence, which were the parents or that parent. And so this curriculum focuses in on the parent, and Search Institute found that there's 40 developmental assets a child needs to be resilient, to be caring, and to thrive in their community. So these 40 developmental assets is like creating a safe environment for schools, or creating a safe environment in your home, children being involved in the community, and all these different things. And so we go through this for 13 weeks. After this program, our incentive for the parents to do it, we kind of partner up with Cedar Lake Ministries, and so we want to take the families to a vacation free of charge.
That's awesome.
We provide the transportation and everything. It's just 45 minutes from where we're actually from in the city.
Oh.
And we're able to implement familyhood, you know what I'm saying, and see the families thrive together. So
if they go through the 13 weeks, that's the incentive.
That's the incentive of them going through the 13 weeks. The curriculum, we hope, will bring change not only to the parents, but that will open their eyes, and then they will pour that into the children, and that will just bleed through the community. And that's just one way. It's not the end all be all, but it's a good place to start, we believe. So,
well, thank you for coming through, man. Appreciate you
Thanks for having
stopping
me,
by
bro.
the studio, man. All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. Let go.